Something in the oven smells like burning. Okay. Alright, I gotta check on my stream. So YouTube seems to be working. Twitch is there. So now I have to turn on the I'll be using the multi-stream. Hello, Belasante, there you are, waiting. So I'm switching my Streamlabs display to multi-stream. So I'm gonna have to do my chat directly in the browser now. So I have my tabs open on my laptop. Alright, I gotta check on my stream. So YouTube seems to be working. Okay, I gotta shut that thing up. There we go. Okay. So there's my tab for Twitch. There's YouTube. There's Facebook. Let me refresh that. And Trovo. Well, I haven't started that one yet. Oh, did I even turn off my VPN yet? Yeah, that's off. Okay. Start that one. So we have 3 out of 4. Now the 4th stream is going to start. There we go. Okay, I'll delay on the notification. But that one's on. So hopefully I'll see in my multi-stream when a chat message comes through. And then I can just switch to whatever tab I need. So I keep getting subscribers on YouTube, by the way, even though I haven't posted anything. So I've been a little anxious about it. I was like, I'm trying to get my next video out, but how about we put the effort in and try to at least start a stream on there for anyone, especially my new followers, because I got all these new followers from my second to last video, right? So I think they should have seen, so I should have posted the new one after that, after a lot of those that came from City Walk, City Wall. But apart from that, yeah, it's been 2 months, so that's hopefully this is giving something to my YouTube followers. Is my music playing? Yeah, it is. Sounds like it might be pretty low. I'll bump that up there. Okay. Let's go back to the main theme. Alright, I'm just going to I'll be right back and then we will start. have my water. I got cookies. That's not what I need. Got an empty bottle of water. That's not what I need. Found a cup of water. That's what I need. This isn't playing, right? It is? Whoops. Did we have conflicting audio? Hope not. Sorry about that if so. Alright. Where's my hair? Doesn't seem decent enough. You know what I really want to live stream? I want to live stream my phone. Yup. I downloaded a new launcher from my Android phone where basically you can design it all yourself. As long as you have the images, you can do whatever you want on it. It's awesome. I've spent like 2 weeks basically designing my own interface for the phone. That's what it feels like. Alright. Let's get this balanced. Hopefully that's good. Alrighty. Ah, stop moving, camera. Hope that worked. Quick. So what Damian said, let me see, if I change to just chatting, okay, a lot of my stream tags still stay, so that's good. So just for the heck of it, why not? Alright, let's go to full screen. Should be done. Welcome back to New Waylie. Last day of the weekend streams. Back at our future park right here. Well, it's always the future, isn't it? But why are we not scrolling? There we go. Yeah, so yesterday we were working on this the entrance. We have this very stupid bland tunnel here. We'll fix this up. Still not sure what I want to do with it. I really want to give it a sharp. I want to make like a triangle top to it. Ideally I want the whole thing to be just like a triangle, but I'm not sure about that yet. Maybe. I don't know if we can scale these down, and that will kind of help me get started on that shape. Might work. So we'll see about that. And then we'll have to get rid of this road because that road's not going to be there. I'm not even sure why that's there. That might have been old. That might have been from before I even made the park. So yeah. Whoa. So I really want to see. Let's go into procedure objects here. So we're trying to keep, again, the theme of this park is just triangles, with like how should I say this? The main shape though, like the crowning, like triangles are like, triangle isn't like the top of the theme here. Like it's really the diamond, and triangles are just like a subset of that. They're like the minions to the royalty that the diamond is. So ideally you want to have a triangle here as well. I don't really want to have like straight up and then have a bend. No, I don't want anything like that. So let's try to copy that. And this entrance is half necessary because that road is a little lower than the park. So we need to go under the surface of this. go ahead and place that there. Oh, I forgot about a topic I wanted to bring up. I just saw a friend today, earlier. He's actually another English teacher that actually lived in my same apartment. Kind of got lucky because normally I wasn't really into socializing with all the other English speakers around because I'm in Korea. That's not what I came here for, right? Oh, right, I forgot it's that toll. That's fine. We scale it down. It's not a problem. But he was pretty cool to I could have less shallow conversations with him, let's say that. And so yeah, nice and convenient, kind of lucky that he was right here in my apartment. I think I knew him from orientation anyway. But he's something of a writer himself, a little bit more on the nonfiction side. He's studied journalism, that's the main thing. But I wanted to talk to him a little bit and see if he can help me brainstorm some names for my other brands. I mean, Spectre 18 Gaming isn't really a brand, as in a special name, you know. Like, at least to me, Spectre 18 has always been there. It's been my name like from the beginning of interneting. But you know, I got my music side. I got this writing side, which is where the universe of this city comes from, my sci-fi universe, and all the messages and ideas I want to put into that. If I feel flexible for enough, I also got comedy sketches that I've kind of been curious about doing, but that's definitely not something I'm ever gonna put consider a priority. But particularly for the music, it's like, the thing about me is that because I have these interests, so many interests, and I do a lot of different things for fun, I don't think I'll ever have like a channel or anything that's just my name, you know. I did do that, like, I'll do it where it feels better, like I did that on SoundCloud, but I guess that's also because I didn't think I would need a brand name for my music, but now I'm feeling like I do, because Spectre Team was always just my personal username, again, for the internet. It was never going to be any sort of brand name, but it is still a product of its time, kind of, you know, the username with the numbers in there. Very 90s. And being a personal thing, obviously that means that games are always going to have that username. So it is already kind of automatically a gaming identity. So that's why I figured, well, we'll see how this works. So that's why I figured no big deal. Spectre Team Gaming, you know. But for the music, like, again, I could just do my name like a lot of other composers do, a lot of other musicians and composers do, but again, then if I have a channel that's just my name, well, then that's it. Like, if I later on I have some other, I don't know, serious goal or content idea, then I can't use my name again, right? So maybe I should just never use my name. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and just try to have these kind of like a brands instead. I guess that's the word. So this is gonna be a turn on me. I need some real steep slopes, but I could just, this thing is tall enough that I might just tilt it actually. So, and Belisante, if you're still there, like, you're someone who, you know, you have different usernames in different places, but I've never been that way at all. So like I said, Spectre 18 has always been me. You're free to Google that and find me literally anywhere that I've been. The only time I have alternate username is when I have to. I'm forced to for some reason. So like for another game, Mech Warrior, there's these forums way back when, and for some reason my username wouldn't work on it. I think in retrospect it must have been a bug, because other usernames like it did work. But I'm pretty sure it's complaining about the numbers or something. I don't know what it was. It complained about my username somehow. And yeah, I use different names for different games. Oh my gosh. How you even keep that straight? I mean, hopefully it's not too many games, but whoa. So for some big message boards of that video game, I had to use a different name, and I picked a name that's it's actually a character from one of my novels. And then League of Legends, like there's this public beta testing server. I'm not sure if I had to, but I did choose to make a different account name for that one as well. But those are literally the only two examples of it. Yeah, so I was thinking about changing the tilt on this, but I'm going to try to avoid it. I'm going to see if we can just tilt the whole thing. I think we have enough length that might be possible. Just do it by tilt. I generally only play one game at a time though. Oh, okay. Oh no, so that means eventually you'll be gone from City Skylines. That's sad. You're just kind of rotating. You're just kind of passing by. Oh no, that's a depressing thought. One. That's kind of pushing it. No, that might be fine. 2 taps. 2 taps. I mean, to be fair, I guess I'm kind of the same way, but I am pretty long term with my games. So, like, I've pretty much always been I've always been a Mech Warrior gamer, and again, SimCity stuff. And then anything else is pretty much just as long as you get through the story, right? Like Mass Effect or any other games. I would definitely play a lot of other games, but just to get through the story and like that's it. Never been much of like a multiplayer guy or anything like that. Unless again it's a Mech Warrior. That's pretty much it. So of course League of Legends is completely an online PvP kind of game. So of course that's sort of an exception. Oh, but then the latest Mech Warrior was like that too. Can we do world spaces? And there we go. Okay. What are these triangular blocks for? They look too chunky to go with the rest of the park. You mean the ones I'm putting right now? Yeah, it's just like I said, this tunnel here. I am going to maybe slim them down or shorten this a bit, but I don't think it's that bad because, you know, we are going to put things on here. We're gonna this isn't going to all be like just open nature reserve or something like that. I'm gonna have a few buildings here, maybe like a plaza. Of course, again, because come on, I can't just have this be a flat thing. All right, we need to have levels here. We're gonna have stacks. We're always gonna be stacking stuff. So this ain't staying simple. You mentioned glass. I was if it wasn't time for the stream, I was actually gonna tell you that you were talking about glass. Oh, we're gonna have glass in this park. We is gonna have some good glassiness. I'm actually considering making any floor above the grass, maybe just all glass. Glass and grass. How's that? Glass and grass. Glass and grass together will be together in good harmony. I don't know how the lyrics go. How about a glass tunnel? Yeah, but not here. Because this isn't very special. I don't know. Well, I guess this kind of is like a main entrance. It is a main driving entrance. There's a great assets I have, but I can't think of the name at the moment. For what? Is it actually like a tunnel piece? Or is it just like glass panels? I definitely want to have like multi-layered pads and levels, and I don't even want to think about it, because if I think too much, and again I'm worried I'm gonna plan something that's gonna be like impossible for me. I'd rather just improvise it. If you search shelter on the workshop, I do have a lot of glass stuff. I've curved roof with the strut support. And it's glass? If so, I probably have it. Because I actually did go through the workshop and I looked for everything that said glass. I searched for glass. And I got everything I could find. So I'm gonna open that up here. I'll show you what I have. Wait, what? That does not look level. Come on. How did that happen? I should be able to reset orientation in here. But I don't think I had a glass in the title. If it's in the description, though, it would have come up anyway. Because when you search in the workshop, it does search the description as well. I'm pretty sure it seems like it does give the description less priority. So it does focus on whatever on your search term being in titles. I didn't have the Facebook comment thing open. But again, Facebook is weird. I don't know what the best place is to look at any comments on Facebook. I don't know how Facebook gaming is supposed to be a big deal. Like the interface is like some of the worst I've seen. Like, I don't know where to go. No, I don't want to view as visitor. How about I want to see as myself as a streamer who actually wants to like do stuff on it, like moderate and see everything. How about you give me that as my most prominent button there, huh? And I think there is like a dashboard thing, but I don't know where to go. Comment? I don't know. I don't even know if this thing allows. Can I just click the video? Can't click the video. I'm just staring at myself live and not doing anything. I wonder if I go into page manager or something. Lisa gave up. You can turn it on its side and angle it a bit, then mirror it to the other side. Yeah, I get the idea. So, I mean, you saw like, you remember the tunnel, the walkway we did, right, under the floating parks? That's basically what I did there. That was the kind of shelter. Reset orientation. Really? That doesn't look straight, but okay. I'm probably just being confused by all the weird angles here. That music stopped, didn't it? Yeah. Let's get my MechWarrior music. We're talking about MechWarrior. Here we go. Some of my a little more odder industrial / ethnic / a weird mix of musics. Alright, lost my mouse again. What monitor are you on? There you are. I didn't change the camera angle, did I? Why are we having trouble here? Okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't angle the bottom one. Didn't tilt that one yet. So I just want to get this one in place and then we'll search for what shelter stuffs I have. Where's your selecting thingy? Where are you? Oh, my oven dinged. I need to give it more time. That's not it. Oh, there we go. It's this one. Whoa! That lagged, right? I think that was 2 taps and it didn't look like it. No, it's not. What about using the parking lot thing, roof things from Lumino? Oh no. Maybe it's something I have. Maybe it's something I don't. So yeah, for the music, I really want to come up with try to come up with some sort of brand name, but it's very hard for me to come up with names for something that's like already been around for myself. Like if I'm gonna write a new piece of music or whatever, or like I'm making a new city and city skylines, yeah, I can come up with names easily there. But if I had been making this city for a while, for example, with no name, and then I randomly decided, all right, it's time to give this thing a name, I'm gonna have trouble there. That's where I get my like quote unquote writer's block. That's when I can't figure it out. It's like my sci-fi universe has been. It actually does have a name, but I thought too late to Google that first, and I found that the name's been taken. And to be fair, it wasn't the best name anyway. It's a little bit too war-oriented, and that's not really what I want the focus to be thematically. Okay, so there is height to this row, so I can't bring that in too much. Found it called curved roof prop. That sounds familiar. I probably do have that. Is that Lumino one or the one that you were first talking about? So I have to think about kind of like what is the main philosophy behind my music. I mean, there is some. There is some that is reflected in the music itself, some of it is a bit more meta, I guess you could say. A lot of it really is about just trying to encourage people to actually think about themselves, their potential, but also the emotions of other people. A lot of the same themes of my writing and this city, of course, is true empathy and tolerance is not defined by popular movements. That's something I want to say. It's kind of like politeness and thoughtfulness. Like a lot of cultures have ways that things that when we see, we can say, oh, they're thoughtful. Oh, they're being. Oh, they're. I'm gonna avoid politeness. Politeness already kind of sounds like something that's more like cultural rules. But thoughtfulness is something that has come up in a few discussions recently with at a conversation group we have here. And why is that not being selected? And because I remember we were talking one time about how we judge thoughtfulness in like dates or whatever by Gabrielium and first one he said, okay, I'll check that out in a little bit. And I was like, yeah, but if someone does something that you're expecting, then that's not exactly thoughtful. Like especially if it's something kind of common, like that's more like following your customs or something on the same lines as what is culturally considered polite or thoughtful. But true thoughtfulness is unexpected, because the whole reason for the word thoughtful means that you needed thought. It wasn't some easy thing that you just follow, you know. And that's the thing that a lot of people get confused about, and it's always kind of ticked me off as more of a, not tick me off necessarily, but really kind of actually did kind of bother me as a relative outsider. How do I say this? Just not really, didn't really fit in society. I don't know how to say that. It's kind of weird, you know. I didn't really feel like I fit the normal social culture or whatever around me. And it's because a lot of it just looked fake to me. Not because it literally is fake the way most people say, but again, just because things don't have as much like the good things didn't have as much worth as people thought, and the stuff that did that they ignored was the stuff that needed paying attention to. And obviously, I guess I feel that myself in a way that, because I would do things that I know are thoughtful, and that's the reason it kind of felt personal. It was a personal thing to me, because like I would be thoughtful, but because people don't expect it, they don't get that as being thoughtful. They don't even notice it because it doesn't fit their line of thinking. They either think I'm just being weird, or they just really don't notice it as anything special, which I thought was really interesting. Okay, I think it might be the depth that's off right now. That's why that doesn't look aligned. Because I hope you won't be put out when I say that structure offends my sense of aesthetic beauty. What is it so far? Like, you get what I'm going for, right? So, is it the color? Is it just the shape? I mean, I'm gonna try to tweak it. I'm going with a concept here. I'm not sold on it either myself, but that is the thing I do. Remember, I do things, and even if it's looking bad, I try to make it work. Because the way I improvise a lot is that I don't go back on what I try. It has to like really fail for me to actually go back on and like delete. Otherwise, I kind of have to like trust my gut, and it's like I have like an abstract idea, right? So I have some idea on what this area will look like, but I can't give you specifics. So it's kind of like I have a sense of geometry. I have an idea of like maybe other kind of sculptures around it. So like this is gonna be an area of geometric shapes, of basic geometric shapes, you know. So the triangle is gonna be the entrance, but we're gonna have something else that might be more cube-like. We might have a sphere thing next to it. And actually, this is the first time I've even conceptualizing that much. Before that, it's just like a very vague, muddy idea of, yeah, it's half abstract. I didn't even make it that concrete before now. So I can't tell if it's gonna work. I'm just doing it. I don't know. That's why, even though it feels a little weird, like almost any of my art, like I feel like I'm an audience member myself. Like I'm just as impressed or surprised or whatever as you guys are, because to me it's also new. I don't know what I'm doing. I read a piece of music and it's like, whoa, that was awesome. Wait, I wrote that. To me, it's like almost no difference whether I wrote it or someone else wrote it. And it's kind of like I really like this quote I heard from, I keep forgetting if it's Da Vinci or Michelangelo. It's probably pretty obvious if I actually remember who is who, but whatever. One of those, I guess probably Michelangelo. He had this quote that said, okay, because he was like interviewed or someone asked him like, how do you come up with these sculptures or whatever, curved roof props? And one of the things he said, he actually said this many times, so apparently there are different versions of the quote, but one of the things he said was that the sculpture is already there. He's freeing it from the stone. Okay, no, I haven't seen this curved roof props. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I don't have them subscribed. Might add those. Yeah, this could definitely come in handy for this park. All right. So yeah, that's what I'm pretty sure it's Michelangelo. One of them. Michelangelo said that he's freeing the sculpture from the rock, and I absolutely love the idea because I understand that. Like, that could be a very random, just making it sound cool or whatever, but it's true that that's how I feel about a lot of art. Even music. It's like when I write a piece of music, I don't feel like I made it. I really don't feel that way. That's why I say like I feel like an audience member. It's the same way as if I had found some other piece of music on the internet. It's like this. I just feel like the sounds are already there. Like all these frequencies already exist in the air, and I'm just like singling them out. I'm just like picking out. I'm like, oh hey, that one. We should be paying attention to that one right there, and we pull that out. And we should be paying attention to this frequency right here, and we pull that one out at different times. So that's kind of how I feel like it. So. And when I improvise, also a lot of this is, like I say, my imagination. So I'm mostly just like randomly pulling stuff that's in my mind. I'm not like actively. I don't feel like. I feel like if I was making something, if I was actually creating it willfully, it would be a little bit more like logical or something. I don't know. It's kind of hard to express. Well, I'll hold on judging it then, but reserve the right to tell you it's ugly if it turns out to be ugly. Fine, feel free. You have, especially since you're on the Discord and you request input and all that as well, so you definitely have the right to that. Just don't be afraid. Just don't be, just don't be surprised if you get banned, from Discord by tomorrow or whatever. I'm kidding, of course. Alright, so what is going on here? I think it's pushed too far. Oh, could it be the bottom piece that's not the same height? No. What? Alright, hold on. Let me go to the free camera. I can't get a good perspective here. That is way off. What is going on? How is that supposed at the same height? Did I scale it? Did I forget to scale it? No, I copied it. Ah. It's the same piece, rotated the other way. Its origin is off. That's why. When I align the heights, it's aligning to the origin. So for example, the origin might be... Wait, does that make sense? Yeah. Kind of. I think it makes sense. I'm not going to think about it too much. There's no point in putting in that energy. We're just going to have to lower it manually. That's all I can say. I feel like the origin is probably off center. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So when I rotated it, it rotated in one direction. The origin is going to be higher than the model space. In the other direction, the origin is going to be lower than the model, than what looks like the model space. So I think that's what's happening here. So let's, oh, come on down. How's that music go? Yeah, it's because you tried mirroring the block yesterday, but a moving function doesn't seem to work with PO. Yeah, it can't mirror procedural objects. Alright, something else is really wrong here. I have a much smarter idea now. You gonna give me a goodbye, and you shall also give me a goodbye. Ah, not that. Ah, is that even the right thing? You just copied it and changed the angle a bit, so it has the wrong orientation for the left-hand side. Yeah, left-hand side. Is that what you mean? Left-hand side. Does that make sense there? I don't know. For the left hand, yeah, for being on this side, yeah. So we're just gonna delete that. I'm just gonna keep stretching the model. Don't want to select the bottom nodes, vertices, whatever they are. I keep calling them nodes, but I guess vertices would be the best word. Vertex is the word. I'll try to select all of these here. Come on. A lag. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pull up, pull up, pull up. From the direction you're currently looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10. Again, the whole thing is too thick anyway. But at least if we make it with only one piece, then it'll be a lot easier to modify. I really shouldn't have done 2 pieces if I'm not confident in this. I'm never confident what I'm doing. I just go with it, like I said. Oh, and you said there was something by Lumino as well. What was that? Oh no! I thought I forgot the Alt tab first. tab to get the focus off. Roof things from Lumino. Roof things. Do you know those are old or new? No idea. Oh man, it's got a lot of new stuff. It's only got 8 pages when you're on 30 a page. I'm pretty sure I've looked through his whole collection, so if he made something here, I probably have it already. There's a hexa structure thing, I have that. Parking structure roof. I know I might have added to my collection. I'm not sure if I actually subbed to it yet. Oh yeah, there's another parking structure. Yeah, I have that one. Oh, I forgot. I didn't know those were his. Okay. I didn't remember. Oh hey, he did the Galaxy Soho thing. The bottom of my space elevator. The one with all the looks like a bunch of round. Oh, and he also did the other. And he also did the Lisa Soho, which is the main piece of my train station by the space elevator. Oh, he also did the Infinity Resort Hotel, which was on the other side of the main road to the space elevator. I use a lot of his yeah, in general, I just use a lot of his buildings. And the Oblivion Jetson-like fire stations and stuff that are in the first city I made, in the city of Chaibury. And he also, never mind, I'm gonna stop now. Like literally every page I'm opening, it's like I have something. I have one of these. Ooh, what is that? I need that one. Fusion incinerator. Basically, his whole workshop is something that should just be in my collection. Like, if I could add a whole workshop to collection, like, this would be one of them. Alright, so I opened up the tabs. Let me see what I'm subscribed to. Wait, am I even logged in? Oh, on the laptop, I'm not logged in. Steam doesn't like logging in. I don't know why on my laptop. I just can't do it. I know I'm subscribed to that one. I think I'm subscribed to the hexa structure. Oh, hold on. Let's not do that yet. Let's do this first. I remember 30 minutes is enough for this soup, but I'm just gonna add 15 minutes once more. I know I did 45 the last time, so it should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah! Lights are off here as well. Hey, how about we don't make a triangle anyway? What if we do something offset like that? I don't know. Thoughts and ideas, thoughts and ideas. Something's messed up there. Did I mess this up even more than I thought? Maybe not. Is there some illusion going on here? Because of that shadow? I think that's all it is. Yeah, I think it's just an illusion. Never mind. Alright, so where's the, what are the dimensions here? That's the wrong one. Z? Yeah, it is Z. So, what? No! Why'd you do that? Unclick, unclick. Deselect, please. What are you doing? What is this? Anyway. So yeah, thoughtfulness. Let's see, what else can I say about that? So the example that that this guy said was something about kind of like a table manners thing. Okay, so like imagine that I don't know, maybe you're on a date. This isn't exactly what I said, but I don't want to be too specific because if I get it wrong, then I'm gonna be explaining something wrong about Korean culture. So let's not do that. So. What kind of example can I say here? So let's say you drop a utensil and you don't pick it up, or you don't at least rush to pick it up. So basically he was saying that if something like that happened, then he would feel that that person's not thoughtful, I guess. So, and I was like, that kind of sounds more like, I mean, there are like many reasons for that, right? Like everyone can have their own judgment on how you react to that situation. So I feel like that's more of a cultural thing, or even just like how you're brought up or something. Because when it comes to like little things you do for people, like people can take that different way, especially in a place like America where there's also like because of the, you know, and some of it has good reason for sure. Like there's some going against things like chivalry, for example. Chivalry has some things that can sound pretty innocent to some. For others, it sounds like it's acting like the women can't do certain things. You know, like they need to be served because they're too weak or whatever. So, you know, that kind of makes sense. But some things you might want to do in general. Like for me, I'm one to open doors for people. And I would just do that for anyone. Especially if I think for any reason it would be convenient. Like maybe I'm right at the door already. Yeah, like sometimes I'm just like at the bank. I'm just like at the ATM, whatever. And so it's a really small kind of small room thing. And maybe I'm just waiting or I'm on my way out. If it just feels to me like it's more convenient for the other person or whatever, then I'll just open the door. If someone's coming with a package or whatever, then hey, you first, you know. So I'm not carrying anything. It's easy enough for me to get in and out. But even then, like, how thoughtful am I being? Like, I kind of already made the decision a long time ago, like how I'm gonna act in those situations. So there is a thoughtfulness when I came up with the idea, but at that moment, I'm not. Right? So like, there's a small possibility that, let's say I'm doing that on a date, and the girl might think I'm being thoughtful, but actually this is just something I normally do. And actually, I actually had a small issue like that where someone who was interested in me were kind of considering making it serious or whatever. Oh, I didn't want to move that. She kind of realized that some things I do were not actually special for her. I'm like, yeah, that's just how I am. Like, I just think it's a nice thing to do. So like, I'm not doing it just because it's you. Like, I'm sorry, I do it with everyone. So I'm just gonna have more attention for you, maybe, you know. So like, I'm gonna pay more attention if it's especially a need, or you know, instead of like me being maybe sloppy and not caring sometimes with strangers. But in general, it's still something I do to everyone. Like, there's some things I just think are nice things to do, and everyone should do it. Like, you shouldn't be especially nice because you're on a date. You should still be yourself, in my opinion. There's got to be a balance between what you do because it's a special occasion, as a special outing, it makes sense to do something's different, but not to the point where like you're presenting yourself as a different person. Because surprise, that's where a lot of people have issues with when they get out of this sort of like butterfly stage, when you can no longer keep up all the really nice little things that you do, or even like a flower every date or whatever, because the bills start racking up, the effort gets tiring. So yeah, Alright, so we got the triangle I wanted. Kind of. We're not completely done, but I just want to leave it there because it's enough for me to get an idea. Now I can start processing this a little bit. See what I might do with it. And also how much I can change the texture. Not really the texture, but the look of it. Because if I hit back right here, ow, now that happens. I go, no, actually not here. What am I doing? Like I can do a little bit in here for sure. I can get like the general color changed a little bit. We want a little bit of contrast, so something like blue. But the real thing I was looking at, yeah, I should check this first. I just remember that not all objects can support this. Text customization. Okay, we're fine. I can add a custom, or I can add a rectangle here. Now I've actually never done partial ones. You know, we'll leave it white just so that we can see. I've never done partial ones because I don't think. I think they go. I think it's like. I don't think they wrap around in an obvious way. Yeah, see, it's like I don't know what it's doing. I don't know how it works. But I can definitely get some funky. I mean, that could be a good thing. Just kind of like get some funky ideas here. Like that might be interesting. I kind of like that shape. What kind of color should we go with that? Ooh. Right, and this is a more... If I have it at high opacity, then it's a very pure color, which could kind of seem like lights. Except it's not going to be lit up at night. I don't know if we can put a light inside to light it up. I'd have to experiment with that. So either I try to look at it as lights, or I just do like a two-tone thing and go with the. Wait, is this opacity? What am I talking about? Saturation. There's no opacity stuff here. Opacity is in here. So I could have the high saturation but still have low opacity right there. Yeah, so I can still do that. And I could land on something that I like here, but if I do, it's gotta be something I'm gonna end up reusing. Especially if it's a little off like this, something that doesn't look exactly like a real material. That's fine. It's the future. We might have some odd materials here. Something that doesn't visually look like something we would apply, we would think works in real life. But I can't just have it as a one-off thing. Kind of like the gentle one like that, though. So like even if I don't keep this entrance like this, I kind of like the block, and I might just reuse that. I could use that elsewhere. Hey, even the pure white looks pretty cool actually. So let's see how this thing works though. So we're at let's make this 400 to be a nice easy number. That apparently is actually gonna be very hard to click because I can't type the number myself. Maybe I should do. Okay, we have to leave that 320. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. So I have to remember that one's 320. I don't know where that's going. Is that going to the other side? I can't see it here. Might be. Alright, so there's this is my collection of epics. These are pieces that are at least 7 minutes long. A lot of them are actually going to be like over 10 or 15 when they're actually finished. Some of these are not finished. This is one of the first ones I wrote. I actually wrote this in... No. I wrote it over a long time, but I created the MP3 using real instruments. I did this in like 2 days. I was using a trial version of the software. So the progress is all lost. But which is fine. It was my first time, so there's definitely it would have to need a full. It would require a full redo anyway. But I actually quite like this one. See how it's like showing up at the top here? I don't know how that works. So, can I go back to my topic of thoughtfulness here? By the way, if you had any thoughts on that, I don't know. Kind of random thing I just came up with today because we haven't had a conversation group in a while because of the virus situation, right? But we're gonna start pretty soon, and that was gonna be my topic for the next conversation. And when I say this, by the way, is that we have an English conversation group in my city, so it's mostly for Koreans to practice their English. I guess better for me would actually be in that language exchange group, but I haven't found any yet. It takes some effort for me to try to find what's available in my area anyway, so that's why I haven't quite done that yet. I haven't found any. I'm kind of more focused on meeting people one-on-one anyway. But I think that will be my topic because, like I said, this guy is the guy who talked about this story that gave me the idea is from the conversation group. Alright, so let's look at some different colors here. But I get that some there were hard to notice, but there are just definitely a lot of things that I would do or say, or whether it's even inviting someone out or not, or pushing for something or not, and it's all because I'm considering what's best for them or their time, respectful of their time and all that. And I mean, I'm not gonna get really into it but a lot of times I just didn't feel that people understood that, particularly because in the same situation. Never mind, that's gonna be hard to explain. I'm not gonna go there. Maybe it's also part of me trying to justify why sometimes I didn't keep friends or be seen as a friend as much as other people, when I can tell that the other people are obviously not caring about them as much. So, but that's kind of going into another subtopic, so I don't want to. I'll just leave it there. But I definitely think, like I said, that it's hard to recognize true thoughtfulness because you actually have to be paying attention. You actually have to see that someone says something or does something and actually think about why they're saying that. Why are they backing off from this? Why are they pushing this? Why did they suggest or do or say this that other people don't? And you might find out if you just ask, but you're gonna question people's motives if it doesn't fit, you know, your sort of cultural or personal worldview. Or just experience. Literally just experience. That's enough. I still feel like going with the green, you know, or blues or something. Ooh. I kind of like the subtlety of that too. I kind of want to just like get a few of these and just like copy that out. Just kind of like leave it on the side as something I might reuse again. I kind of like this color combination. I do. Oh, but I always had to change the camera to get the selection. I need to. This is another. I can hide some of these, but I still haven't. There's a lot of procedure objects I haven't put into layers yet. I need to do that so I can hide all of these and then not a problem. I don't know how my camera keeps twitching that way. I don't think I had moved my mouse yet. Copy that. No. I'll set that randomly over there. I think I kind of like this level of saturation, so I'm just changing the colors from here. Not liking the purple. No, at least not that purple. Oh, I'm changing the wrong thing. Ah, no. No, this was supposed to be like a green or something. Ah. Well, isn't it nice that we have that backup over there? Ain't that convenient? I don't have to worry about a thing. I can just paste it into here. Yes, I will paste into it. Thank you. Right, it was a rectangle. It was the color, this color thing we're trying to change, not the over. See what just happened? Like is my mouse going back? Cause that's a lot of motion. My mouse did not move that far. It didn't even twitch fast or anything. Like if I had done like a quick twitch or whatever, I can understand that the lag is like overestimating where it went or something. I don't know, but it didn't. Color rectangle, there we go. By the way, the color rectangle here, this is also a nice way to cheat and color objects that normally can't be colored. Because, you know, sometimes objects have like two meshes or whatever, and like when you change the color of the whole thing, it actually only changes the color in one small area, or only certain parts of it. But as you saw, the rectangle, if you stretch these sliders all the way to the end, it'll cover the whole object. So you can use that to paint the whole thing. Should we go with that? It's kind of like a teal. Kind of don't like the blends with the color back there. And green might be too green. I'd go with orange, but orange feels a little too standard. That looks a little too much like that looks a little too contemporary. Maybe you should just try to match the green. That would be interesting. Having some sort of 3D flow to nature will also be interesting to do. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to do that here. We can try. Hey, got up for a little bit, let me go get my soup. And I'll be right back. I'm actually thinking that I might not be able to continue being too improvisational on this. At least not without some structure. Because this is the main park around the whole city. This has to reflect pretty consciously, you know, themes of the city, philosophy of even just coming to this planet. Why we're here. I need to try to remember which planet this is in my system. This is, I think this is the main one. This is where we started from. Well, I just remember, wow, I just remembered the whole history of this system, this planetary system, this all came from a song by Lady Gaga. Wow, it was all really because of the song Just Dance, which sounds really stupid like this, but I'll explain in just a minute. That one song, it was, okay, because I misheard a lyric. Mishearing the lyrics in Lady Gaga's Just Dance ended up with my not just thinking up of a certain planetary system that exists in my universe, but it also added to the history of it overall, some of the historical events, which I even wrote about because I managed to use a fictional report for an English class. So I think even that was connected to this. Wow. So if I remember correctly, I was listening to some pop hit station in the car, and was mostly listening to it not for enjoyment. It was almost more to just laugh at the silly and formulaic music that's coming out. Especially in that era. I mean, even now it sounds like it's so simple. So little thought in a lot of that music. But I miss Just Dance came on, and I misheard the lyrics as, what is it? I'ma fight until we hit, until we... Actually, I don't know what I heard. I didn't hear most of the sentence. I just heard, will something until the 7 lights. I heard 7 lights. And I think I might have only caught like the end of the song or whatever, the last chorus or whatever. So I couldn't really pay attention again, but best thing I could make out was 7 lights. So I tried searching. I was Googling for this song. Like, what is this song? Like, tried like lyrics, 7 lights. Of course I couldn't. Oh, I just dropped my cookies. Of course I couldn't find a hit. There was no song that seemed to at least relevant or that matched the lyrics with lyrics that match what I thought I heard. Oh, that's not good. Chocolate on the bed, not good. Or chocolate crumbs, I should say. Much past 10 yet, is it? No, we're okay, we're good. Alright, we're good. Crisis averted, I think. Anyway, so I thought I heard 7 lights. And I was like, I think obviously I never found this song. So eventually I heard it again. And I found out what song it really was or whatever. No big deal. But once I heard what the real lyrics were, I was like, huh. But 7 lights sounds pretty interesting. And I was wondering, like, how could the lyrics have been as any song? Just like, what could 7 lights be? So I started thinking about that. And of course, I'm thinking about, you know, if I'm thinking about what something could be, something theoretical, some potential random story here, I'm thinking about putting this in my sci-fi somehow, relating it to it. So I thought about a place that had some place that had 7 lights or were marked by 7 lights, and came with this crazy idea of a planetary system of 7 planets. And not that every planet had a light or beacon or whatever, and that you could see them from far away, and those would be the 7 lights. No, but 7 lights would be like the icon of it. Would be like, maybe there would be like a space sculpture that had 7 lights representing all 7 planets. And I imagined this system to be something like kind of like a massive museum system, or not the whole system is a museum, but like just a sort of cultural and knowledge center. So like core sort of the main sort of library of the nations would be here. The biggest museums, any living museums, your top research facilities or universities, like a lot of that kind of stuff. There's just a cultural knowledge center would be in here. So this city is on the planet Alcorega. Alco comes from a couple different languages. I can't forget exactly what it means now. I have to look up my files and see how I came up with that name. Rega as a distortion of reina, which is queen in Spanish. And Alco is the name of the star, actually. Alco is the name of the star. So queen. So this is the queen planet of the Alco system. And so New Waylie is way before it was even planned that way. This is just our first colonization of the planet of Alcorega. And so there's not much here other than, you know, planning to have sort of like the planned city, the planned utopia kind of city. But eventually, and I don't know, I really doubt we'll be able to do it on this map. I mean, because, I mean, we're struggling already with the computer's struggling with just this district, if we're even going to call it that massive district. So maybe in another map we're going to have the more central area of Alcorega, like something that maybe develops a century later or something. This is just the very beginnings of that city. So I want to have some sense of that, something that will link to the future of this planet and the significance it ends up holding. Because like I said, then I developed a history to this. And because this place is so famous, it's like, and like literally almost every citizen of the nation has been here for some reason or other. When this war comes up later on, and there's certain invading kind of culture, I don't want to say it that way. I say that because they're unknown culture before, just an invading nation or whatever. Like some people feel that, you know, the war's far away, right? Kind of like you hear about, for a lot of people, even if their country is at war, like their country might be fairly safe. You're otherwise very far removed from that. But like, once you hear that they have reached this system, that's where it feels personal. So again, because like literally everyone's been here, and if you suddenly feel that you're closed off from this area, that's when you get scared. That's when like every common citizen really feels like, holy crap, like you're trapped, you're surrounded. Like this feels like it's more than just your doorstep. I mean, it's not really on your doorstep, but like close enough. It's close to home enough for literally everyone. So that's when things really get serious in citizens' mind, and citizens themselves start rising up and, you know, joining the military, joining the resistance, things like that. It's all because the invaders got to here. And now it's a personal thing now. That's when everyone starts being responsible about defending their homes, their family, their communities. And so I rewrote the lyrics to Just Dance based on my sci-fi universe and this story. The two main verses, one is a military person, the other one's a common civilian. So it's theirs. The lyrics are about them kind of rising up to the occasion. And the bridge is when they're both like captured together and they're in the same room, and it just kind of ends with their like struggle for freedom. So the song exists in my universe under those lyrics. That was fun. That was pretty fun to do. I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna go with that. I've done quite a few parody lyrics like that anyway. So a few of them are serious. Most of them are kind of funny. This one's, I guess, technically serious. But I've also done a lot of League of Legends parodies. In fact, one of them I should get back to right now, because League of Legends is going through a big change right now. It's going to be with the new season. And I wrote a parody to the song Rude. What's the band name? Magic? Based on how the game changes so much sometimes in the next year, between years. No, like when as the year changes over. So I didn't finish that in time. I finished it very late. The last time I had a huge change, so I'm gonna try finishing the writing, and I want to send it to kind of a famous singer in the community. She streams anyway, so like it's kind of easy to. It should be kind of easy to present it to her anyway. So, just for the heck of it, see if she happens to be interested enough to like cover it or whatever. She claims she's open to that stuff anyway. She's kind of tries to be a big part of the community. She's an awesome singer too. Her song for the World Championship is still one of my favorite themes they've had for World Championships. Oh, this might face the wrong way again. This might not be a good idea. Let's see what happens. What? I'm not sure why the orientation would have changed like that. What pieces? Oh, paths. Oh, that was kind of a simple one. Meh, meh, meh. Is that? No, that has the right tilt, right? Seems to be. Too far. I really shouldn't use the zoom. I should just like move ahead and back. This looks like a teepee. This looks so dumb right now. Even with the interesting shape, it looks dumb. So what if I did do the perfect triangle? I don't think they're gonna cross at the top, so we're not gonna get that image very well. But yeah, might as well leave it there for now. Oh yeah, so the whole thing was right. I gotta think about. Gotta think about like the philosophy of the city, right? That's what I was talking about, its origins and all that. So the lore of this city. So there's problems on Earth. Still hard to bring people together into a real utopian society. So this is a project. This is part of the new Waylie project. So it's not really the city name. It's actually the name of like an organization, I guess. A vision. Oh, by the way, and the reason I'm trying to talk through this kind of stuff is because this will define visual styles. So I can't just randomly do even simple shape versus a complex shape, you know? That has to go with the philosophy of the city. Obviously, a simple shape might I think that'd be good for discussion. So a simple shape would probably make you think of, obviously simplicity is the most obvious thing, right? But why simplicity? Because we're talking about nature, something fundamental, core. But a lot of people tend to think of this as a mathematical thing, right? Shapes are mathematical. Geometry is math. So it really calls to the most basic sort of I should say this, like almost like building blocks of nature, you know? Building blocks of math with thus means physics, which thus also means, you know, biology and all that. So, and that could make sense, especially since, you know, here we have a park that's like, I don't know if we're literally a kilometer up in the air or not. I doubt it, but which I should find a way to measure that. But we're super high up, and this is where we're gonna have our biggest park. All right, we're behind here is a skyscraper, and that skyscraper is on top of a lot of empty space and some buildings. So even the skyscrapers are already at some height, so we're really up there. And this is where we're gonna have a huge park with a lot of greenery and trees, and hopefully I can find a way to get rocks up here, because I want to have rocks to like line waterfalls or ponds and things like that. So you could have simple shapes as referring to nature itself, and be part of how we have harmony with nature. And so and this city doesn't build on dirt. That's actually almost a reason why we can't have a park this big on the ground, because you'd have to build it on dirt. That is strictly not allowed in this city. We broke that rule at the beginning, but hey, it was the beginning. We didn't have the rules all formulated. But now we only build out of rock. Otherwise, it's gotta be hovering, or otherwise be supported, suspended in the air. So, yeah, there definitely is environmentalism in the city. So, sure, harmony with nature is actually a big part of this. Having said that, you can't just have the simple shapes randomly there. It would have to be. It does have to relate somehow directly with nature to show that. So, going green like I am right now, that's part of it. Having a green color to it, sure, but also, do you make the shape out of like bushes and trees and stuff? Or do you mimic the shape with, again, trees and bushes and all that? You know, are like referencing each other? Do you simply surround the shape with flora? But just having the shapes out there randomly isn't going to do much. Okay, I think you really have to make that connection to nature obvious. Now, complex shapes. What would complex shapes kind of signify? So, a very obvious one would be things like just being fancy, wealth, high class. A lot of those are kind of like stereotypical things, but they don't have to be necessarily, right? Because what else comes with complexity? Design, thought, creativity. So complex shapes could also call to that, but it has to be the right kind of complexity, right? If I'm just repeating more simple shapes, then what kind of complexity is that? It's a modest complexity that would pull away from luxury and richness, and really feel more, but down to earth, logical even. Because it could almost be fractal. I should be saving, by the way. Let's save while we're thinking about this. So complex shapes built out of simple shapes would have a modesty that would make sense. Because fanciful shapes that might signify, you know, wealth and luxury, that wouldn't fit the city. That feels a little divisive and materialistic, and those are not values that we want to express in any of our designs. But let's continue the thread. Let's think about it. Well, I don't know, should I? Because complex shapes, how am I even gonna make that in here? I wouldn't be able to make it myself as this. Like, I can't just, like, I can make a triangle out of blocks easily. I can make any shapes like that, but what kind of fanciful shapes would we even have here? Well, we'd have to define fanciful shapes. I mean, shapes are fundamental. Inscribe circles and pentagons and squares and have a star and arrange them in the star shape, and in each of those star feet or arms you can have all the kind of shapes. Like you can make some really fanciful stuff with simple shapes and it wouldn't be modest. So I think that's wrong to say that a complex shape built out of simple ones would be modest. It really depends on what it all looks like overall. If you're stacking many kinds of shapes, maybe that already kind of signifies the luxury, but that's something where it's really more than the sum of its parts. So you probably have to actually have an example of a collection of shapes, and only when you look at it in its entirety can you say if it feels modest or not. But most likely you can't have too many, of course. The individual shapes have to be obvious if you're going to call it something modest. If you can't tell at a glance what the shape is made out of, what this design, I should say design, not shape, what the design is made out of, if you can't tell at a glance what it is, then I think that goes into the fanciful luxury kind of image. But if you can tell from a glance, like this is all made of squares, all made of right angles or something like that. No, not right angles, that could be anything. As long as they're not too many, then that could be more modest. I was thinking what kind of complex shape you can make. Alright, so like, it's like this stupid thing, this TP thing here. Looking on its side, it's just two rectangles. Doesn't have to be. I could have varying width, have more like a trapezoid. You know, it could have rounded corners. There's a lot of ways that you can make that more complex than just like simple slab. Almost like a 2x4 or whatever. Just kind of stretching the dimension, just changing the dimensions of it. I can obviously use assets that aren't simple blocks. They might even be whole buildings. I did that a few times actually. I've used buildings as smaller things, components of stuff. Or other kind of pieces of, I don't know, bus stops or other kind of props and make structures out of them. Like my space elevator, the actual space elevator car that will be coming to the city eventually, that's built out of some sort of autonomous vehicle. It's mostly built out of those. I just like put them all in the big circle like this and then did many layers of it, and I built a whole car out of that because of the cool design it has. Right, there's textures and other shapes on the 3D model. We also intentionally have a mix of angularity and regular angles too, like consistent, repeating pattern that this diamond is based on. And yet we also have a roundabout. It's actually an oval. It's not even a circle. And we'll be repeating that. We'll keep inscribing circles. Is that the word? Inscribing. So, yeah, inside of the bigger shapes. I really want the higher levels to have a lot more roundness to them. So as we're going 3D, a shape like this, any sort of blocks I put over here, we're going to start pointing up. So I need to be considering a vertical aesthetic. Horizontally, we have diamonds, triangles, diamonds as the main shape, the kind of like a keystone shape. That's the word I wanted like hours ago when I was thinking about this. Keystone shape. Triangles as the sub shape, like building blocks, and then we have ovals. Yeah, and we should probably try to stick to ovals, even though that might cause some difficulty. Should probably try to stick to ovals and not circles. Ovals as another highlight. I'm gonna say highlight, not so much a keystone as a triangle, but a highlight. So vertically, what do we go with? If we do round stuff like the ovals, we'd have to go for sort of semicircle shapes. So for example, this tunnel entrance would have to be an arch. Triangle's more unique though, that's why I was thinking that. What about structures? What about, because another thing I was thinking that maybe this one might not even stand alone. This could be part of the structure that holds up the second level, even if it's going to be, you know, I said it might be glass, but it could serve as a structure as well. So do we want to have angled structures? Triangular supports? Like if not triangular supports, then at least, you know, angled like pillars and stuff. But what would that say to the philosophy of the city? It depends on whether I make patterns of those pillars. If they're on their own, they could be like on their own like that, like just like a repeating slant. Do we have alternating slants structures? Do we have two together like a triangle, or the opposite? Or even instead of the one-dimensional arrangement of in a line, what if we have more like a pyramid kind of thing? Like all of that changes. Hey Sarah, welcome. How are you doing today? What philosophy do you want for your city? I am talking about myself. What do you? That's what I'm kind of like talking out loud here about the values and philosophy of the city. I've been on this for like 10 minutes already. It feels like a little bit overthinking, but the thing is, we're starting to get into planned aspects of the design, right? So even this, and it was kind of intentional to go a little bit outside my comfort zone. I'm always improvising. Literally all my art, from drawing to painting to, of course, music. That's my biggest thing, which you're listening to right now still. It's all improvisational. So but I want to have some regularity here to better show that this is a planned city. You're good. That's awesome. Only good, not great. That is a little disappointing. Can I not trust you to be great? I like us to have this trust between us, where we can trust that we're great. We're having a great weekend here. So I'm discussing whether or not how should we think about potential structures, because I mean we don't need, well, we do need some structures to hold up the other levels of this park. Not that we will have like consistent, you know, we're not gonna do the sandwich thing again. We're not gonna have like this is level 1, then we're gonna have like second level to the park. No. We're gonna have just areas where things are elevated. So, like you can see here toward the right, on the left side, we have two. I think they're escalators. It might be stairs, but I think they're escalators. So we're gonna have some sort of elevated platform there, but it's not gonna be like covering the whole area. Like this roundabout will definitely be open. Probably completely open vertically. I don't think we're gonna have anything over it. If we do, it's gonna be much later, where we finally have like a higher level to like the whole city. But in terms of the park, no, we're not gonna have anything above the roundabout. Do you mean the patterns on the arch or the shape of the arch itself? That's part of it, because I'm thinking about, so like on the 2D space, our theme is keystones of diamonds and ovals, and our building block is triangles. So a lot of people might just ignore the vertical side of things, but I don't want to do that, right? I want to make sure that we also have some logic, or sorry, not necessarily logic, but some theme, something that fits the theme, the philosophy also, or even just the theme, the shape themes. I don't know what I'm saying here. The set language of shapes that we're using as we go up. So triangles is great, but even triangles, what can you do with triangles? This is like the most simplest idea, but should we make them? Should it be that deep? So like this is a single. This is 2 slabs, right? And or if we can see, or in the future, this could literally be a one-piece thing. So it could be a one-piece TP here. Does that make sense? Or do we instead want a row of triangles, like actually more 2D, and actually have like kind of like 3 or 4 triangle arches? Should we go with real arches? I'm kind of against that because that's too typical. Triangles will be a lot more unique. But what if this also becomes a structure that holds up some elevated level? Then should it even be a triangle? What about just like separate slanted supports? And I was kind of imagining, usually supports like in a line, but again, I always want to try to counter typical thinking, right? So supports are usually thought of as linear arrangements. Why not consider a more 2D arrangement? So instead of having like two support, even if I do straight lines, instead of having support like this, how about instead of having like groups of of 4 supports, you know? So it's actually this would be easier doing it, considering it. This would be easier to visualize if I snap my hands like this and think of a triangle. So instead of having just triangle, how about having more like 2 triangles like this and 1 triangle like this and a triangle like this? So it's more like pyramid supports, you know? Then it actually becomes 3D. It actually becomes more like a 3D arrangement of supports. Maybe layers of interlocking regular hexagons, so that when you look down from the top, it looks like, ooh, wait, what is this? Hold on. Regular hexagons, so that when you look down from the top, it looks like rhombuses or triangles. We can't have rhombuses, we want triangles. And the arches can be triangles with a flare, so like the sides, the fractal stuff. Yeah, I've been thinking about fractal stuff for sure. I mentioned that earlier when I was thinking about how complex we want shapes to be, because we don't want to be so complex that we start potentially signifying fanciness or wealth or whatever. We don't want to cross into those kind of values. What do you mean by the hexagons? In what arrangement? Are you talking about hexagonal supports? Or you mean supports arranged as a I'm not getting it. No, I get that, but I'm not sure about your 3D orientation. Oh shoot, I just saw the name of that thing. What is it? Hexa structure. Whoa, almost. Okay. What? I don't have it? Oh, I don't have it. Oh, I should have. I thought I had the hexa structure on here. Never mind. Okay, hexagon. That's it. Wait, that is a hexagon. So again, so are you talking about hexagonal supports? Like we would have we would have like a hollow hexagonal support, or different supports just arranged in the hexagon, or are we talking about the hexagon on its side and instead vertical hexagons? Like a level of roads or paths in a lot of regular hexagons. Sort of like tiling. So you are talking horizontally. I mean, sort of like, okay. Roads, paths. Just stack a few layers. See, but now that you say stack, now you confuse me. Because we already have a pattern for the floor, and it's diamonds, which is going to be subdivided into triangles. Not consistently, but like wherever we're going to have a branch off the path, we're going to try to keep it in triangles. At least the main ones are. And so like this side of the park, we're actually going to have one diamond that's the centerpiece. That's why I call it a keystone, right? So this is the diamond. There is no diamond over here. It's just going to be a big triangle over here, and then so the next diamond is going to be on this side. So on the four corners of the city here, we're going to have a single diamond as the keystone, and it's the other shapes around it. They're going to be triangles. So that's our theme here. So hexagons don't work because they have that straight side, which is going to mess up our design. And I say that while we have a hexagon right here, but so maybe it's something I need to change if we want the plants to also. I might not. I think I might be okay with plants representing different shapes. We'll see if I decide to change that. So since I was talking about supports going up vertically, like imagine I'm talking about what kind of shapes can go vertically like this, and that's why I'm not sure if you were referring to that or not. I mean, different layers could have different shapes as their theme. I wasn't really thinking about that, but it is an idea. But like I said, I'm actually thinking about more what do we do for vertical structures. Might be difficult. I mean, could we go with diamond supports? That'll be kind of interesting for sure. Problem is that if I do anything really, like, I love to make a lot of really unique things, but then it's so hard to start repeating them. Realistically, irregular shapes based on triangles give the best support because, yeah, they aren't as easily crushed. Yeah. But we don't have to worry about it here. There's the future. Everything can be aesthetics. Any supports that don't seem to be thick enough. I mean, there are many. I mean, there's obviously stronger materials, but there's also active support, which is something that's already in our near future, if not already being used in some ways, which is where you put energy into the support instead of just relying on static physics. So, like, the classic easy example is just like you have like, imagine a column support, and all you do is run some water up, just shoot water up. So basically, what's supporting whatever's on top is the flow of water hitting the top, right? So that's a kind of active support. There's a guy, you know, he does a lot of like homemade experiments called Cody's Lab. So Cody's Lab actually did an example of that where he basically held a plate. I think it was just a plate. I think he just did a plate. He took a plate, just like a plastic plate or whatever, and just tied it down with strings or whatever, you know, so that we have it stable. And you just, all you do is fire your garden hose, you know, under the plate, and you hold the plate up with your garden hose. So that's active support. The supports on the sides are really just to keep it centered. Rhombuses. The bottommost layer can be half cut up rhombuses so that they become triangles, like the arch you already have there. Right, so the triangle is half the rhombus. So I'm gonna use what you're saying. I'm gonna just try to use that as brainstorm and come up with my own ideas. But so it's good input, and I'm using it. But out of respect for you, I'd really love to understand more what you mean. And what I'm losing is that you tell me the shapes, but I don't know what's physically making up the whole shape, right? So like if you tell me a rhombus, then like, what's the top and bottom layer? Is there even really a layer? Like, or is the top and bottom, like, the surfaces, like the floor and the ceiling? You know, what's the actual support? Is it just, are you just talking about slants? Are you just talking about slanted supports? Or do you actually mean like a thick sort of horizontal beam at the top and bottom that make the rhombus, you know? Are we talking about just an impression of the rhombus? Wait, never mind. That wasn't going to be a logical sentence. Whoa. Gotta hit Alt Tab first. Wall of rhombus arches. A wall of rhombus arches. See, why am I having? Am I being dumb here? Why am I having trouble imagining this? Alternating rhombuses? Because when you say rhombus, okay, so let's make sure we imagine this the right way. To me, a rhombus is pretty much exactly the same as a diamond, right? Except that a diamond, when you look at a diamond, it's on its vertex, right? So like either it's standing on its vertex, you know, where the vertical is the longest part, or it's lying down on the vertex, and it's laying down on the shorter part. A rhombus is the same thing. It's just fallen over respect to gravity and actually sitting on its side. So that's why if you tell me rhombus supports, in my mind there's only two supports there. There's only the two sides, right? Like this. So it's just two slants. So I almost don't like, it's hard for me to even see much of an impression of a rhombus when we really just have two pillars. That's not even going to be seen as that. Unless you like space out, unless you go like two pillars and like a lot of space and like another two pillars, then I guess that kind of does it. Or what I was just thinking is you have two pillars to make the rhombus, and then the next two pillars are the other way. Then I think that would more clearly give you an idea of rhombuses. And if you wanted, you make a triangle where they join, right? So like this side with this side, you end up making a triangle right there. So you have this triangle, and then the two ends of the rhombuses right here, and those are your two rhombuses that come together. And even that in itself could be a pattern. So you have two rhombuses together, then some space, and another two. That could be something. I don't know if that's what you're describing. That's one idea I'm imagining here. So if we're looking at here, basically, with my shape here, it will be just copying this wall once over, copying this other one once over, and that's it. That will be our unit. It's kind of like our structural unit. Ah, is that bone in there? I just got stabbed by a piece of meat. I don't understand how that works. My chicken meat. I am kind of liking this idea because you're forced to appreciate the flat sides that a ceiling and the floor are giving you. It's like if I make this triangle support here and I add another triangle right here, I'm also creating a trapezoid in the negative space. And that's why I'm thinking about this a lot, because I do think that should be respected. You should be also considering the negative space. And repeating triangles, I don't think is not going to bring attention to the negative space, but alternating rhombuses might. The only way you can do it with triangles is if you have them like right next to each other, right? Like you almost like corrugated cardboard. You have this triangle right here, and then like you're very right, like almost immediately you have the next one. Then the negative shape becomes really obvious. Otherwise, people can just ignore the shape. You're not going to see that. But my idea, or hopefully it's also your idea, or at least partly. Really, at least giving the spark for the idea. But if I had a rhombus here, another rhombus right here, then I'm respecting the triangle, and the negative space creates a triangle. So we have attention to hopefully both things. Let's kind of see if we can mock that up real quick. I mean, without a ceiling, we're kind of going to lose some of that impact. But let's see if it can give us a little something. you see it? Hello. There you are. Wow. Now, still, these are still way too thick, but whatever. Like that. Next one over here. I think this should rotate correctly. I don't really know. It's not registering my click or what? There we go. Yes. Okay, so this is going the right way. I don't know if I should click faster or slower. It's not working. Turn, turn, my angel of music. There we go. Man, I can't believe I wrote this thing like 15 years ago. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Can we easily put a wall on top of this or something? Ah, stop it. I just need an anything. I need a something. Ah, just like a pumpable surface or whatever. What are you doing, man? I mistyped something. I did a typo. There we go, that's the one I wanted. Let's do glass. Let's do this one right here, because I am expecting to make a glass anyway. So let's go with that. I can't change the height like this. Why not? Or maybe it did. Maybe I should have given them more time. Might have been a little too impatient there. Wait, didn't I select this yet? Oh, that's not. I don't want segments. I want surfaces. It is a surface, right? Or is it a prop? Oh no. That should be a good enough angle to select that with how big it is. Come on, help me make this rhombi. These rhombi. Could even be a build. No, I don't think it's building. There we go. Now we're having difficulty selecting this. Yeah, if we build anything seriously here, we gotta pull it out of here and then raise it up later. Not being selected? I feel like it has to work at this range. Whatever. Yeah, can't change the height. I think 2 might be enough. Let's just go. Let's do 3 just in case. Yeah, these props are surfaces. I told you, they are surfaces. Yeah. I mean, this isn't the glass I'm going to use. I might use it in some places, but I don't want to be using this too much. I'm probably going to use not necessarily clearer, but a glass with less structure to it. We don't need these. We don't need these many beams in this day and age. This is silly. It's so silly. I'm just gonna copy that. Actually no. I need to get the height lined up at least. Flying up to one of these roads here. Sure. If you work, click. No, I probably deselected. No, it is there. Why won't it click? Oh, please. That one worked. Come up wherever you are. It's coming up, right? Slowly. Let me do shift. Yeah, I need shift. Okay. And this kind of free mouse mode, procedural objects wouldn't work with shift. That's why I forget we could do it here. Alright, so the glass might sit on it. Kind of like that, roughly at that height. Yeah, see? I like that. Now, of course, I made it really obvious there's a triangle there because of the road. Kind of made it a little bit too obvious right now. But I think this I like. And this could be a repeating structural element right here. Are you guys still there? Oh, again, we got the road that's perfect there, but that's not supposed to be there. We're gonna take that out. But yeah, I think alternating rhombuses like this, or even just, it's not even alternating anymore. If I, well, they are technically alternating, but pairs like this, pairs of rhombuses like this. I really want to say rhombi. I don't know if that's legit or not, but anytime the word ends with the US, I want to say rhombi. I want to add the I. It's just fun. It's like whenever I write the word bonuses, I just want to say boni. It just sounds so silly. It's like, oh yeah, I got so many boni. Yeah, I'm still here. What do you think of this? I'm liking this. I think I'm probably gonna go with this. But I'm most curious how far or close it is to what you were saying. I'm much happier with this look. And we don't need too many of these, so we could have like one there. Like we could have them, yeah, it could be part of, it fits the edges of, it would go like in these spaces where the diamond is. So like one there, one here, one here. And that's probably enough, to be honest. One there, one there. That's a big span. That should cover everything. It's better than what I thought. Oh, hey, awesome. All right. Hey, it's all you anyway. All you, all thanks to you. I'm almost feel like I really am so on my element here. That twice now, like, you guys are coming to the rescue for these. I'm thinking too much, I'm planning too much. I don't do planning. Do I look like a guy with a plan? How many spammers? Oh my, whoa! Whoa, what just happened? When I said, are you guys still there, I wasn't talking to the spam bots. Like, whoa, people. Cool it. You guys need to understand a little bit of, we gotta read between the lines a little bit. Why, yes, I do want to become famous. Yes, I do want to learn Korean. How many we got here at once? 3? 4? Wow. Are those my 6 viewers right now? Is that what's going on? And what's really annoying about Twitch is that it asks you to type a message every time you report someone. Like, I could just block, but I want to be a little bit more responsible and effective and actually hit report. But I can't just report. It's like, oh, where is the problem? Okay, I gotta say in a chat message, I guess. Yeah, in a chat message. All right, next. Oh, what would you like to report? Okay, well, it's spam, malicious link, or bots account. Okay, here we go. Next. Oh, what? Wait, what? Again, what would you like to report? I think this is a bot account. Sending malicious link, blah, blah. Okay, so it's like giving me categories, like, ah! And because every time it's like a small window, it's like there's that lag. It's like, at least, why couldn't you have given me like a drop-down menu or something for each one? That would have been faster. Alright, I think this is a bot account. Next. Could you provide more detail about this issue? I should have this ready to copy and paste. I should just be like, selling followers or whatever. Yeah, it is another one, selling followers. I should have this like ready and copy paste because I'm still in the first one. Master, what do we do? There's too many of them. Hey, there's a real lightsaber now. You know, someone actually made it for real now. I think it really is the closest lightsaber ever. It's basically a plasma torch, but they're using, I love this, proper laminar flow of the gas. So it's very straight, very clean. It's clean up to the very end. Like, it's so clean, you almost don't notice where it fizzles out at the end. Very nicely done. I think I still have the channel open right here. Hold on a second. So you should look it up. I lied, it's not here. I closed it. What are they called? Make it. The series is called Make It Real. I don't think that's what the channel is called. But it should be popular and trending enough. I'm sure if you type real lightsaber on YouTube, it'll come up. Real lightsaber test or whatever. Selling followers. Submit report. Copy that. Oh, and then there's another window. Thanks for letting us know. Would you like to block? Like, yes, of course I want to block. I'm reporting them. Ah! So I went for like 5 windows just to block this one account. No wonder people get hire or just get moderators for their channels. Like, guys, moderators have work to do when this happens. So that was the first one. I don't even see the message gone. Shouldn't it, like, delete the message right away? Why is it still there? Normally I see delete it right away. Yeah, I know about the real lightsaber. So, oh, you saw it because it was just came out like a week ago, I think. 2 weeks ago was the first video about building it. I think within the last week was the test video. Did I not do it? Okay, let's do this one. I can't, it's even hard to quickly find the ban button, the block button. I have to click the menu. Report, Charlie, whatever. Okay, here we go again. So, in a chat message. Next. Spam. Next. I think it's a bot account. Next. Paste my message. Submit report. Well, I should time this. How long did this take? It's probably like 10 seconds. Yeah, but the message is still there. Do you still see the message? Well, I don't block them so I can report them again when I see them. Actually, that's kind of true. There is a sense to that. There's something like that that I normally do that. Oh, I think it's like dating apps. I've done that. I'm not gonna block them. I want to see them disappear, or just see if they come back. Yeah, but for me, no, because I just don't want to go through those work. If I had moderators, if I had like official moderators here, fine. So, yeah, moderator positions are open because I'm sure everyone wants to do that. Oh yeah, so much fun. Woo! Going on to number 3. Spending the end of my stream just doing this. Alright, that one's already suspended. That one got knocked out fast. They must have posted a bunch of other accounts at the same time. They're already gone. The first 2 are still around apparently, but the last 2 are already deactivated. And yeah, I can still see them. Yeah, I have to manually delete them here, I guess. I think I can do that more easily in Streamlabs. 1 second. Oh, I'm not logged into Streamlabs. I mean, I'm not logged. Speaking is hard. I'm not logged in to Streamlabs with my Twitch account today because this is the only work I could get it to work with YouTube, and apparently I'm cheating. If you saw my Discord message, I think I'm somehow cheating the system here or exploiting a bug. I don't know. Once I end the stream today, it's not gonna let me stream again to YouTube. I have to log in again. Yeah, I'm in my Twitch dashboard. I'm not getting the option to delete the message from within the Twitch dashboard. Come on! Really? Yeah, I blocked 1 account. I think the message is still there. Ah! Oh, here we go. Show mod icons where it was off for some reason. Why? There we go. Here we go. So is it here we go or there we go? Those sound like opposite statements. Alright, here we go. Delete that one. Delete you. Delete you. Oh my gosh. There's even this other spammer called Selva or whatever. Oh my gosh, all these names are so similar. You gotta delete that one too. Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry, but seriously, your name kind of fits their style. Like a semi-real looking name and then like a random letter and then like another word. You're like, maybe that's where they came in. They're trying to hide with you. I mean, using you to hide. Alrighty. Hey, why don't we do little random little tables like this? See, this is another way I do improvisation. It's fake improvisation. I put something randomly and then I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna leave it there. Like, I was not planning a random table like that, but what if we do? I didn't consider that before now, did I? Now, I'm not gonna make it I'm not gonna keep it a lame rectangle table, but still, what if we do leave it just a table like that? It could be an oval table. An oval it almost sounds like Ovaltine. I was trying to make it work. Ovaltine, never mind. I give up. But yeah, we can have like 1 table there. I don't know. That's too much thinking for today. We've done enough. We've done enough thinking and talking and discussing and all that today. Whew. So we've been talking to philosophy and values. And earlier today, I was just randomly talking about thoughtfulness. I don't know how the heck that came up. It might be a topic for my for the English conversation group that I think we're starting again soon, maybe next week. And I'm having chicken soup here, so that's for the soul, right? So yeah, a lot of I don't know. I think that was going somewhere about my brain shutting down. Saw bones in that chicken soup. Alright. I think we're leaving it there for today then. Looks like we're going with rhombi. Rhombi for a vertical shape. Thank you so much, Silver, for that idea. I need a place for notes. Jeez. I think it was Belisante who wanted a hospital, or was that you? Who wanted a hospital named? I think it was Belisante. If it was you, I'm sorry. Let me know right now. I didn't forget. You see, I didn't forget, though. That's a good thing. I didn't take the notes, but at least I didn't forget. I know someone wanted a hospital. I should find a way to consolidate this stuff somewhere. I'll have to think about that. I need to make a note about where to put notes. Anyway, I'll see you in the Discord. Anyone else, including those spammers, thanks for trying to spam me. I appreciate the intention, spam bots. I appreciate the attention. So, well, wherever you all may be, good morning, good afternoon.